This is the training module for the passenger assistance obstacle of the digital Roadeo scoring system. What we're starting with is the login screen. Normally one would put in a code and then select the rodeo that they're going to score. In this case, we have the demo, which has no code on it. We click that and it says we're okay, we're logged in, and then we come down here and we go to the judge's login. At this point, we want to put in some initials. I'm just going to put in a couple initials, select the van course and the passenger assistance. This is the only time that you actually have to type anything at the keyboard because everything else is just touch screen. Now I'm going to move this around here to make it look better. And what we see here is that we are in the demo rodeo. I set it for Tionesta, Pennsylvania. It's the passenger assistance and wheelchair securement location. And what we need to do is to select a driver number and a vehicle number. Down here we have a grid of numbers, which are the ones that are set up for this particular rodeo. The dark bold ones are ones that are already completed. We can't touch them or use them, but any of the gray ones that are yet to be done, we can tap on them and that will put the number for the driver in the corner. We then select a vehicle. We're going to give them 216. That puts the 216 in the corner. Now at this point, we have all the check boxes for both the verbal and the performance scores. I'm going to make this a little bigger so that we can see it better. And we can do this with our fingers, but these look better. At this point, we can click on that they got the points for greeting the passenger, for checking to make sure that they have everything they need. They ask the passenger if they have any belongings with them. And at this point, we go down and we have both verbal and performance scores. Now, we can tap on anywhere in that or in the boxes, any of the bold. So we have a nice big target to hit. If we then scroll over to here, we will see that they have 40 points. Now I'm going to move this back down to a full size, and we'll be able to scroll it up and score the additional points that they make. Now we can undo them, redo them. We can undo them and redo them in any order. And we can make those changes up until we submit the score to the server for tabulation purposes. We also see that we have a perfect score here of 40 points. Scroll down, we're going to go continue through we get 36 points there. And again, remember, we can do and undo them as we want. He's got all 36 or 60 points there. We come down here, we have 176 points. The final thing that we want to look for is whether or not the wheelchair moves after they release the brakes while it's secured. If it doesn't move within the parameters of acceptability, the driver gets the points, has a total of 200 points. At this point, the last thing that could go wrong is the driver does a very bad thing and rides on the lift with the passenger, and if they do, they lose 25 points. And we'll see that they only have 175 points instead. This driver did a very good job, didn't ride the lift, so we're going to give him back the 25 points. The last thing is that this driver has 7 minutes in order to complete this particular event. So at this point, we type in 6:56 according to your stopwatch, and that puts the 6:56, 46, let's say. And we come down here and we can send the data. We get a temporary screen that shows that the data has been being sent, and it comes back to the screen, and we have driver 140 completed. We can change that to 141. We can, if we want to change it at this point, we can still use the up and the down to change these numbers as necessary in order to do that score. We're not going to score another one right now because I want to go down here and show you the last functions that are available here. There's a BU button, which stands for backup. At any time during the day, you can hit the backup and it will send a log of all the scores that you've sent. It'll send them as a backup file so that if there's anything that goes wrong, we have the backup. The last item is we have 3 messages that can be sent. These 3 messages are just a very quick message to the course marshal or the scorekeepers or whoever we assign to do it. If you click on one of these, it will send a message to the cell phone of the designated individual. At this point, it says low battery, passenger assistance area at 1:50 in the afternoon. If we need advice on something, someone will come out if you send out the message that says you need advice. And if you need relief, we'll make sure that we send out another judge who will be able to give you some help. Each time you click on one of those, it confirms the information that's being sent, and there's a clear button that will take that out. Now, while I'm sitting here talking, I am now expecting 3 text messages to ping my cell phone because that's the one that's connected. After doing that, we can come back up here and we can set another driver and another vehicle and continue through the day until all the drivers are completed.